Hello everyone, it's Kevin. Today I would like to introduce my favorite calculator. The calculator's name is Casio FX300ES. A good calculator can help you do a lot of math work. It can really improve your math skill and help you improve your math calculation and also perform in math competition. So this calculator, the best thing I want to use is fraction. The fraction key is here. For example, this is a simulator of the same calculator. So you can usually buy this calculator for 20 to 30 bucks on Amazon or in a superstore. And so here the fraction, you can do fraction addition. For example, you click this key and it will show you the fraction icon, so you can easily put the number, and you can use this area to control the cursor down, control the cursor to the right, and the plus, for example 3/5, and it will then click equal. It will give you the answer. The best thing about the answer is that it shows in fraction model. So this is something we really want. If you do want to get a decimal answer, you can click this key, S and D, S to D, so it will change to decimal model. Okay, so obviously you can do subtraction. So I will just show subtraction again. Over 6. Okay, yes. Change to decimal. Oh, you can see changing to decimal, it can show the repeating decimal. That's pretty good. Or if you click S and D again, it will expand. So that's very good. Okay, the third thing I want to introduce is can put a mixed number. So here you can see there's a mixed number icon here. So you click Shift and this key. All of a sudden we can input a mixed number. So I move the cursor here, and yeah, that's a mixed number. So you can do some mixed number addition, right? For example, here, that's wrong. Click this key. Okay, so Shift this key and another mixed number. Okay, and then yeah, it shows the answer at the beginning as the improper fraction. So if you want to change into a mixed number, you can use a Shift key. Shift this key, right? Yeah, it changing to a mixed number. So it's really helpful. Sometimes in grade 5 or 6, you will have question that you need to change a mixed number into an improper fraction. For example, the answer gives you a mixed number, say, okay, 2 and say any number, and you want improper fraction. Just input the number and click equal. Okay. Of course, there's some questions like change fraction to decimal, change decimal to fraction. Okay, of course it can do. So an easy example, yeah, changing to decimal. And if you want to change a decimal into fraction, yeah, just put the number and click equal. Okay, and it can also, like I said, it can also show repeating decimal, which is very good. Yeah, repeating decimal, it can be helpful sometimes. And in grade 7, there's a lot of things you need to do. It's about percentage, interchange between percentage, fraction, and the decimal. So for example, I want to change a percentage, say 56%, right, into a fraction. This is a common question for grade 6. Yeah, so it can change into a fraction and a decimal fraction. Of course, it can be very helpful for doing percentage questions. For example, when calculating tax, if the tax rate is 15%, and some items say it's $80, so $80 times 15%, you can calculate the tax you need to pay. And of course the discount, right? Discount question. Say something is 30% off, then $80 times 30% off, the discount is $24. Okay. Another very useful key I want to introduce here is remainder division. It's on top of the ABS, divide by R. It's called remainder division. So for example, 999 shift remainder, and it will show divide by R. So if I want to know 999 divided by 7, what's the remainder? Yeah, so sometimes you will see in pattern question, right? It will say something repeating every 7 times, say every 7 days, right? And what's the remainder? Sometimes we just care about the remainder. So you click this key and it will tell you 142 and the remainder 5. So we just need the remainder 5, okay, which is pretty useful. Say another, for example, I will try another. Oh, okay. Shift and divide by 6. Yeah, the remainder is 3. The other key I want to introduce here is the ANS, answer key. So this answer key will give you the answer you calculated previously. So for example, I'm doing, say, 1/2 plus 1/3, and I get the answer, right? But I remember, okay, I have to use 2 divided by this number. So instead of putting 2 divided by 5 out of 6, you can just do 2 divided by answer. You know, the answer is the previous answer, so it will give you the answer. Okay, this is very useful, the answer key. So you don't need to input a very long number. Okay. The other good thing about this calculator is it will show the answer in radical term, not like many other calculators. It just shows the decimal term. It can very visualize the radical term. So for example, I do √2 times 3, right? It just shows 3 √2. And say I can also do square of √2, for example, right? 2. I can put it back. I'm changing to 3. Delete. Oh. Okay. Say do it again. Bracket square √2 power of 3, right? Yeah, 2 √2. That's much better than a long decimal number. We don't understand what's this really mean, right? And this will be extremely useful in high school when we are learning trigonometry. You know, trigonometry, say for example, sine 45 degree. We know the answer should be square √2 divided by 2. Sometimes you want the decimal, but most of the time the answer wants you to give radical form. So this is pretty good. And also say cosine 60 degree, right? Oh, this is half. Okay, cosine 30 degree. Yeah, another radical form. Okay. The last key here, very useful in high school, it's a logarithm. So you know, most common scientific calculator in the market, they don't have a log base. So, but this one they have log base. So for example, you want to do log 2, 8. This is pretty straightforward, right? You will get 3. So yeah, this is my favorite calculator, very useful. So I highly recommend this one. Okay, this is all about today's video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.